Let's talk about the truth of playing Marvel Rivals in 2026. It's been a year since this game's release, a little longer than a year and a couple months. And this game, it has a lot of things that are good with it, and also a few things that are bad. I see a lot of people always talking about the bad, and I kind of want to discuss those things too. But I also want to discuss the good things. Playing Marvel Rivals for this year and putting about 700 hours in game matches, right? But even with just goofing off and being in the training room altogether, I've put like 1,400 hours in this game. Like I said, I've been playing it since its release, and I love this game. I think it's really fun. It's unique. A lot of people say it copies Overwatch, but I don't think so. I think one of the biggest differences in this game is that it's third person, not first person, and that makes all the difference. It makes a complete like different energy when you play it. I also think the abilities are very fun. It feels like you're really playing the characters you enjoy, but I think what's harming this game is just the reality that there's so many players that are toxic and unfun to play with because all they care about is themselves, and all they do is throw games, and they don't care about the fun of other players, or if other players are, I guess, able to enjoy themselves. They really just care about how they feel. And I think those are the biggest problems about this game. There's also the matchmaking. The matchmaking, don't get me wrong, it's an interesting system, but it's not optimized in a way that's truly enjoyable because the way they match up and pair you with people is very lacking. Like you end up matching with people of all different skill levels that just shouldn't really be in the same match and shouldn't really be in the same ranked economy, you know? Um, so let's talk about what I like first, and then we'll discuss the sad reality of playing Marvel Rivals, right? So again, what I like too is that the game provides ways for you to truly enjoy the characters you want to. You're not stuck in a role queue. You're not stuck um, trying to basically get good with one character or one role. You can play any role at any time. You can switch at any time, and the team compositions can be very, very, very creative. I like the fact that you can play triple heal. I like the fact that you can play triple tank. I know a lot of people hate triple heal, but I don't hate that. I hate how strong healing is, and I think that's really the root of it, right? But I like the fact that you could do that. I like the fact that you could play triple DPS because the truth of the matter is, I've had games where we won with one healer, or two healers, or three healers. I've even had a game where we won with four healers. Like, it's insane. If I'm being real, it's not often when the teams are not balanced in the roles that you'll win. But the fact that you can win shows that anything is possible, and it also shows that team comps don't matter as much as people think. They matter more than some people think, but they don't matter as much as others think. And it's really what this game provides for me. It feels like it's a game to truly have fun, and you can get competitive if you want to. I think the problem, right, the sad reality of playing Marvel Rivals in 2026 is that there's just too many weirdos in the community. There's too many people that throw the moment any adversity comes. There's people that have the mindset of, if we can't win this, or I feel like we can't win this, or I'm the only one doing bad on the team, I'm going to try to surrender and make sure this game is done because I don't even want to try. But they queue up for ranked daily. To me, that is not just ignorant, it's backwards. It's like, why are you playing ranked if you're going to quit the moment you feel like you're losing and then still queue up for ranked. Like it doesn't make sense to me. They think it's a waste of time, but then they're playing ranked, you see? So it's very backwards. And it just means that the communication is off and people aren't really explaining or talking about how they truly feel. Some of these people probably want to get in high ranks, probably feel like they're better than they are, probably want to have that ego feeling of just like, yeah, I reached a celestial in eternity, and yeah, I reached grand master, and they want to feel like that, right? But like they're not good enough to be on those skill levels. So instead of practicing, going to practice AI, going to quick match, really training and staying away from ranked until they learn the foundations, right? Because a lot of times it's like their first game they've ever played or their first hero shooter. They tend to go into ranked because some viral YouTuber said, hey, quick match is not good practice. But that viral YouTuber didn't explain that they've been doing hero shooters in general and playing games in general for over 10 years competitively. So for them, quick match is not good practice because it's easy. It's too easy. But for the rest of you, you're not built like that. You know, you're not built like that. Like, I'm not built like that. I never played hero shooters competitively before this. And so I think the biggest thing is like people just have those egos and those perspectives where they're just like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. But if I don't like the results, I'm going to quit, give up, and make it a bad time for everyone else. The sad reality of playing Marvel Rivals in 2026 is that matchmaking needs to be fixed. It needs to be balanced to where people are matched with each other based on how long they've been playing the game, not based on what rank they are, solely just what rank they are. Because many times I see people there, let's say I'm in Diamond 1 and I'm playing with people and they only have 50 hours in the game and they got to Diamond because they just got lucky or they had like a teammate that was really good that carried them to Diamond, but they don't actually know how to play the game. So now when they're on my team and they don't have that person to carry them, they're over here struggling, and only me and another person are doing well, and we're like, what's going on? And me and the other person has 500 to 700 hours, but then the other three people or the other four people all have 100 or less, and so they're all struggling. That happens way too often, and that's a matchmaking problem. That's not a player problem. So I think the matchmaking is not putting people where they need to be. I think that sometimes people always say it's not a coincidence, but like sometimes right when you're about to rank up, you somehow get like some of the least timed teammates you can have in that rank. So if you're a grandmaster, you'll get like all grandmasters with the least amount of time they could possibly play, but still reaching grandmaster. So obviously these guys don't have the situational awareness, the capabilities. Like when you're playing this game for hours and hours and hours, you have like 500 to 1,000 hours on the game. You just know a lot more. Even if you're not a high rank, even you just know a lot more than somebody who only has 150 hours. Even if they reached a higher rank than you before, because it all honestly that just means that they just got lucky, or they had people carry them. There's a very few people that have like a little bit of hours, and it's like okay, they don't just have a little bit of hours. They're also like really really good at the game. But most of the time, the people who reach high ranks that don't have a lot of hours, they might be good in one aspect of the game or two aspects of the game, but not in every aspect of the game. So I think that the matchmaking needs to be fixed this year. You know, I don't think they should keep the matchmaking like this. I don't think it's gonna kill the game. I don't think the game's gonna die. I hate when people say, "Oh, if the matchmaking doesn't change, the game's gonna die." Bro, the game's doing fantastic. It's number 11 on the Steam charts, most played games. So I don't think like I don't think it's gonna die anytime soon, but I don't think that people will enjoy it if the matchmaking stays the same. I think the matchmaking needs to change. Placement matches, the big elephant in the room. People thought that it was gonna fix the game. It didn't. Um, it does add another attribute that makes it more challenging and competitive. So I do kind of like placement matches, but I do think that it's based on wins and losses, which makes sense in theory, but it ultimately doesn't feel good when you're just losing because people are throwing. It should really be based on how well you're doing individually. I think that would be the best way to do placement matches. But yeah, the sad reality is that the community is toxic and they're ruining the game. You know, these throwers, these smurfers, these people that just can't drop their ego. Anyway, if you guys want to know how to carry with Thor, or you guys want to learn how to carry with Iron Fist, Blade, Gambit, characters like that, go ahead and hit these videos on the end screen. And also, don't forget to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. God bless you guys, and I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace, 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 peace.